Hi Ulta, my name is Kristen Stock and I'm applying for a position at the Round Rock location. And today we're gonna have my sister, so it's a special guest. We've been doing her hair for quite a bit, so it's been a blonding process, so I think today we're gonna actually get to her goals. Come sit on in.
Hi, I'm Summer. I'm Kristen's sister. I bought in a picture of what I'd like to go to. I think this is pretty close to what I have now. So what I really like to do is get the more icy tones in and maybe some highlights going into the darker natural hairline.
I think that's such a great idea because our hair is naturally ashy and we have been trying to get a previous color out of her hair, so we're trying to go as light as possible. She does have about, I would say, 50% of gray, but today with the highlights, it's actually going to help blend everything in so that she can be real seamless and get going to where she needs to be. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and section her off. So what I like to do is, let me have you kind of lean this way a little bit. We start with the hairline. We're going to go ahead and section off. We always want to do this part last. It's the most fragile part of the whole hairline, and it's where everybody messes with it. And we want that to be the brightest, but also the healthiest. I'm going to go ahead and take a section from back here, kind of angle it behind the ear. And then from right here, we're actually going to find where we need to do our first section, right there where the head pivots. We're going to go ahead and take a section forward and get that out of the way. The best thing with Summer's hair is it's naturally ashy, so everything against this is going to be nice and cool. And you're wanting more of a kind of overtoned color to your hair, not necessarily have any like warmth or anything like that. We want it to be very, very ashy and cool. I think that's going to be awesome. Okay. And then we section from the back over here. I'm going to have you turn your head this way. So my sister has she has a little bit of a calic right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a section like this, and we're actually going to buckle it forward. Have you lean this way a little bit more. Wherever it kind of buckles forward, see that? We need to go from that part. That's going to keep everything very organic and natural looking. So that way we're not having these like peekaboo highlights that don't look like they blend in. Perfect. We're going to take you back this way. And I'm going to go ahead and take a section, very, very little bitty section. We want to take a small section because that's actually going to create more lift in the hair. Because if you take a section that's really chunky, you're not going to have a lot of brightness to say around the face. Okay. Let's go ahead and mix up. Today we are using Pulp Riot lightener. We're going to actually use a spatula instead of a brush because that's going to create less air pockets in the bleach and lightener. My sister's all the way from Cuero, Texas, if you know where that's at.
Go Gobblers.
It's been quite a minute since we've gotten to her hair, so this is definitely a treat for both of us. We're very excited. The lightener we mixed up, it's going to be half and half. And we're just going to kind of go in there and get her going. With the sections I'm doing, we're actually going to take them and we're going to actually tease them forward because we want very seamless highlights. It's going to create really great grow out. Okay, let me have you look down a little bit. Okay. We're going to lift the hair up. We're going to lay it flat down. Push it forward. Get all those little hairs out of the way. If you need to get a clip to get them out of the way, do so. It's just going to ensure a lot more tightness of the hair. all the way through, all the way through. Flip up, pat it down. Check the sections underneath, make sure that's locked in. Perfect, and then we're just gonna kind of continue all the way up the nape, and we'll be right back. So this is a finished product. We did a little bit of a face frame to brighten her up. We took diagonal sectioning so that way you can kind of have a little bit more of a flow of brightness towards the front. Hi, so we're just finishing up. We're actually gonna do a root tap with a 6NA to kind of erase some of the highlights, give it a really like soft, lived-in look. And then after that, we're gonna color melt it with a 9 Pearl to give it that real kind of ashy look. That's gonna look great for the summer. Awesome. All right, guys, so we actually got done with the toning process of everything with our hair. So right now, turn this way, we're gonna go ahead and section her out for her haircuts. So we're just gonna go from diagonal back forward to the ear. Get that all the way. Okay. So we decided to do about a good inch since it's been such a long time since we've actually gotten to do anything for our hair. Okay. Perfect. So I'm gonna have you look this way, look all the way down. Okay. Go straight down the middle, part it on both sides. Awesome. I'm gonna have you look all the way down to the chin, all the way down to your chest. Okay. I'm gonna pull the hair down and take off about a good inch. We've been trying to grow our hair out for a hot minute, so just getting a little bit of this cleaned up is gonna feel so good. Okay, so I'm gonna have you look up, and then we're gonna recheck it to make sure nothing is sticking out. Okay, so let me have you look down a little bit more. We're just gonna take her layers and make them one length because we are actually gonna be adding a little bit of layers, so it'll have a little bit more movement. So that way she's not being so tugged at the scalp, because sometimes when you have so much weight right there, it can really make you feel triangular. We want a very lived in, very easy, low maintenance cut. I always go with the middle section. Let me have you look up. And all that, we're gonna go ahead and take off. I'm actually gonna point cut, so it's a little bit more movement with the hair. Especially with highlights, we really don't wanna go in and create a very blunt look because it's gonna lay very, very harsh and pixelated looking. So point cutting kind of creates a little bit more of that blur look at the ends, which I like. Find the guideline, take that down. And after we kind of get her cleaned up, we're gonna go back in and use a little bit of my wand curling iron to give her a little bit of tousled beach waves, and then we'll go ahead and show you what that's all about. Okay, so we just curled her hair, and I just want to kind of show y'all a little bit of it kind of combed out and a little bit more tousled. Let me have you look up a little bit more, Summer. So we're actually going to spray in some of this IGK Beach Club for some volume texture spray. I really like this because it actually keeps it a little bit more powdery so that it's not sticky and tacky like a hairspray would be. I'm going to have you lift up. I just spray a little bit in there just to kind of give it a little bit some grit, and then you can always add more. Kind of shake your fingers through it, break it up a little bit. It's a great thing about using a wand is that it's a little bit more of a shorter barrel, so you get a little bit more tighter curls, which you kind of need in Texas anyways, because let's be honest, it's not gonna last. You head this way.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of Good Behavior by IGK. So this is gonna be a protein spray, but also a heat protectant as well. So it's gonna actually help against chemical heat, but as well as environmental heat. So I like to put a little bit in there because it's nice to protect our blondes because we want them to be nice and bright, but not feel like dried out. All right, cool, cool, cool. So we're gonna actually go outside and we're gonna kind of get it in the sunlight, okay? All right, follow me. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is gonna be the end result. Very pretty, very pretty. Go ahead and like give it a tousle somewhere. Like put your hands underneath the hair. Love it. Love it. Very pretty. All right, let me come around here. Yes. Go ahead and look towards me. Go and look this way. Beautiful, beautiful.